introducing yourself at me first. So I was just seeing who no one was there initially. So thank you so much. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharajas and all the assembled Vaishnavas. This is Kirtida Sundari Dasi here, and thank you so much, Sumi Mataji, for your beautiful recitation.
Hare Krishna, Kirtida Sundari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. I feel that Kirtida Mataji and Preeti Vilasini Mataji is running and coming and introducing themselves. So because you were talking a little faster. Thanks.
Yes, Mataji, I was in the middle of work and pretty sure she must also be in the meetings. So
Okay. Thank you, Sumi Mataji, for your beautiful recitation of Bhagavad Gita verses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dhanvat Pranamam. Glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neeta Sambhaji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. I didn't get your name, but I can see your name is written as Devgan. So, so I welcome you to the call, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Neeta Mataji, Dhanvat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki Guru Maharaj ki Preeti Dasi from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sumi Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Dandot pranams to all the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sumi from Jersey City.
Hare Krishna, Sumi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call, and thank you so much for your beautiful recitation also. Hare Krishna. Anyone who would like to introduce themselves? Prabhuji is joined. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call for the mid-morning session of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. So the class will be given by His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu, and the verses will be from Chaitanya Bhagavat, chapter 15, text 1 to 6. But before moving on to the call, I would like to read Prabhupada's quote of today. So 24th September, Prabhupada from Seattle, in 1968, he has written, "The animal propensity is to exploit others, and human propensity should be to do good to others. That is the difference between animal propensity and human propensity." Hare Krishna. So, very nice quote. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for joining the call, and welcome to the call once again. Hare Krishna, His Grace Ramgiridhari Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining the call, and welcome to the call, Prabhu. And we are waiting for your class and with your realizations. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranams, all good Prabhupada, and as always, this is so wonderful to be in the assembly of Vaishnavas to discuss Krishna Katha. Interestingly, I am right now in Noida. I had a good fortune of coming to Vrindavan. So I was in Shri Radha Kund on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yesterday morning, I came to Delhi, so I had some work. And me and my wife are staying in ISKCON of Noida. But right now, I'm in one of my long-time students' family, in their house, Preeti Mai and her husband Anurag's house. Actually, in the temple, the internet connection was pretty bad. So I thought, I should also meet them as well as get to have a good connection to take your Sangha. So we will offer our prayers to the Parampara and then start our discussions. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. So we are starting a new chapter today, the chapter describing about the descriptions of Madhavananda's realization. So we're going to read from verse number 1 through 6, and then as usual we will churn some nectar from there. Eka Gaura Chandera Kata Bhati Shivam Sukanaradam Deyanenai Payotam Sopahun Akinchana Sange Dhina Rati. Oh my God, a different meaning probably. Seeing the characteristics of Gaura Chandra, the Lord, who is not attained by the meditation of Shiva, Sukha, Narada, is spending his days and nights with those who have no material possessions. Text 2. Enamate Navadvipe Vishwambararaye Ananta Achintya Leela Karaye Sadhaye. In this way, Lord Vishwambara continually performed unlimited, inconceivable pastimes in Navadvipa. Text 3. Etasaba prakasheo kehanai chine sindhu maje chandrayena na jhanilamine. In spite of such manifestations, some persons could not recognize him, as the fish in the ocean cannot see the moon. Text 4. Jagai madai dui chaitanya kripaya paramadharmika rupe vase nadiyaya. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Jagai and Madai lived in Nadia as highly religious persons. Text 5. Ushakale Ganga Snana Kariya Nirajane Dui Laksha Krishna Namalaya Pratidine. Every day in the early morning, they would take bath in the Ganges and then sit in a solitary place to chant 200,000 names of Krishna. Text 6. Apanare dhikara karaye anukshana niravadi Krishna bali karaye krandana. They continually condemned themselves and cried as they constantly chanted the name of Krishna. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yenam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, as usual, Caitanya Bhagavata is revealing some wonderful nectar which will help us to at least come to our real senses. These 6 verses in itself has got so much of nectar for us to learn. I guess we are also fortunate. I would say extremely fortunate to be part of this Sankirtan Yajna, Sankirtan mission, and that too under the bona fide direction of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, Vrindavan Das Thakura is not leaving any stone unturned in glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are several ways a person can be glorified. One way of glorifying a person is by describing his transcendental attributes and characteristics. Another way of glorifying is to praise the beauty, the knowledge, the followers. One other way of glorifying is about explaining the kind of leelas that personality has performed. Like that we can go on and on. But here Vrindavan Das Thakura is picking up a very interesting thread of glorification. He is saying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they are not doing something commonly being done. Commonly, great personalities, by their devotional sentiments, by their devotional endeavor, they make it pretty big, or they go up certain saints and saintly personalities. But here Vrindavan Das Thakura is taking a fantastic viewpoint. He says that see the characteristics of Gaurachandra, the Lord who is not attained by the meditation of Shiva, Sukha, Narada, is spending his days and nights with those who have material possessions. So as usual, we have some sets of reflections that we will definitely go through. And one of the important aspect of studying such Vedic literatures is that we need to see between lines and see what is there for us to learn. So my first reflection is about the very first shloka. I would like to quote a verse or a song by Narottam Das Thakura. Gauranga karuna koro ami dina hi na jane mosama patita prabhu nahi tribhuvane. So Narottam Das Thakura, his way of glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that in this world, who is as merciful as Lord Gauranga, who has picked up this lowly and destitute soul, Mosama Patita Prabhu Nahi Tribhuvane. Jadi daya na koribe patita dekhiya patita pavana nama keshera lagiya. And he is making a very interesting statement. He is saying, if you are not going to be merciful upon me, I mean, Narottam Das Thakur is saying, I am the lowly and destitute soul. If you are not going to be merciful upon me, don't have this title called Patita Pavana. You are given the title Patita Pavana, which means you have to give your mercy to me because I am the low and destitute soul. So, my first reflection is the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is such that he has picked up those souls whom otherwise nobody wants to even touch or come closer. There are very, very few such personalities in the history of Vedic civilization who has exhibited such a symptoms, such a characteristics. Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and our dearest A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. I mean, every personalities are great, glorious, merciful, compassionate. But pick up these four. And of the four, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Mahavadanya. And his glory is that he leaves aside everybody else. He goes and picks up the most rejected, destitute soul and deliver them. Recently, we all have finished hearing about Jagai and Madhya pastimes. We all have heard how wonderfully those two brothers have got delivered. So, by describing about how they have given their mercy even to the completely rejected souls, because a great person's glories are not in their knowledge. Great person's glories are not about their followers, not about their position, not even about their panditya or in terms of their lineage. A great personality is known by his merciful attitude, how much they are able to forgive and bestow their special benediction upon poor and destitute soul. Greatness of a person is established only by that. Somebody can think that just because I am learned, that because I am, qualified, I have a great, glorious followings. Those are all there, good, and it may happen. But the sutra, the mulyata, the base of somebody's greatness is established when their mercy is bestowed towards those who are not qualified. When glorifying about Krishna's pastimes, they are glorifying how Krishna gave the position of mother to Putana, and how Krishna is Dina Dayal, Parama Kripala. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes one notch up. That is why Narottam Das Thakur is singing, Jati Daya na koribe patita dekiya, patita pavana nama kishera lagiya. If you do not give your mercy, then why are you known as Patita Pavana? So my first reflection is about that the glorious nature of our parampara, glorious nature of Vaishnava Acharyas, glorious nature of this especially specialized Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition, and glorious positioning of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And the drive home point is that mercy, being merciful, defines a person great. Magnanimity, munificency, mercifulness, this comes only when the person is bestowing all these things upon those who are not even qualified. And what more an opportune day to discuss this than today, when Srila Prabhupada had arrived in US several years before in 1965-66. So today is the anniversary of Srila Prabhupada's arrival in the United States. Exact same mood that is currently being discussed in this verse number 1 is applicable to Srila Prabhupada. Because Srila Prabhupada, in spite of all the odds and the events, in spite of all the challenges, he came to US not to take anything from there, but to exclusively give and rescue all the fallen souls. So it is very important. I will just read a small poem that Srila Prabhupada has written. This poem is very relevant because Srila Prabhupada has written this poem for his Guru Maharaj, His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And several years later, we are singing that glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is the song. Had you not come, who had told the message of Krishna, forceful and bold? Had you not come, who had told the message of Krishna, forceful and bold? That's your right. You have the maze. Save me of alien, your divine grace. The line of service, as drawn by you, is pleasing and healthy as morning dew. The oldest of all, but in new dress, miracle done, your divine grace. Srila Prabhupada has written this towards a spiritual master when he was in Bombay. Now, millions of people around the world, they are saying the same words to Srila Prabhupada. So as a part of the first reflection, I wanted to say that if we are Gaudiya Vaishnavas, if we are followers of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, then it is imperative that we carry this mood of mercy towards innocent and ignorant. Of course, by going by the Acharya's, standards, self-compassion to make sure that we are properly situated is always a prerequisite. But knowing that, we are all in the journey of self-helping ourselves to make sure our devotional journey is properly, taken care to establish as a proper soldier in the Sankirtan mission, we need to show our mercy towards ignorant, innocent, and sincere seekers. And this mood of giving away, giving the knowledge, making sure that we extend our help to the fallen, suffering souls. We simultaneously help ourselves, we simultaneously help others. And not only that, we are making sure the endeavor put in by all our Vaishnava Acharyas to establish the Sankirtan mission is very well looked after. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not inaugurate this, so just it ended there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inaugurated, Goswamis took them to another level, Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasacharya and Shyamananda Pandit took to another level. Bhaktivinoda Thakur took it to a fantastic level. And look at what A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada has done. Now, as followers of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, one as a sign of gratitude, second as a sign of duty, third as a sign of urgency and need of the hour, and fourth, nothing as but of this is as a part of our existence, as our routine, as our lifestyle. We all need to be very much compassionate, merciful, and give Krishna to others. You charge yourself up and give Krishna to others. This is not like a materialistic vastu. The charge will get discharged. There's no concept of discharging. It will always be surcharging only. So the more we give Krishna consciousness to others, the more we will please Srila Prabhupada. The only thing that we need to take care is, we need to make sure that we are looking after our devotional stature and consciousness intact. And there is a very interesting twist that, Vrindavan Das Thakur is saying here, that which is not attained by meditation of Shiva, Shuka, Narada. Because that Shiva and Shuka, Narada, they are not ordinary personalities. So, just by performance of meditation, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj is giving a commentary. See the manifestation of Sri Gaurachandra's opulence. That Lord, who Shiva, Sukadeva, Narada do not attain through meditation, is constantly giving his association to those who are devoid of karma, jnana, and bhakti. The word akinchana refers to those who have material possessions. That is why Kunti Maharani says, akinchana gochara. So the concept underlying this is to say, not that Shiva or Sukha or Narada are not qualified to receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. They are very much part of the project. They are very much part of the team. The message here is that the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is not earned by some endeavor. Mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is way, way beyond our comprehension, that he is himself bestowing it upon all of us out of his transcendental ecstasy. Bhakticharu Maharaj one day was giving a class in Mayapur Dham. I think it was during Gaura Purnima time sometime. So when Maharaj was giving class, either somebody asked him a question or he was trying to address, why is it that Mahaprabhu is giving so much of mercy? Why? What makes him give such a mercy even to those who are not qualified? I mean, look at by the way of rule book. Assume, I mean, this is hypothetical, stupid analysis. But then I just thought, we just assume, suppose if Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and various personalities are going to have some sort of a round table conference and going to evaluate, their activities and their discuss them. Suppose somebody asks Chaitanya, why you have given mercy? Look at, we have not given mercy to that person. This person has done that reason. Because of this reason, we didn't give mercy to him. Because of that reason, we didn't give mercy to him. They are all punished. They are sent to some hellish planets. They are sent to some other places. You have picked them up. Assume that, such a conversation. So, Bhakticharu Maharaj was explaining why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. And he said the reason is, for which he gave an example. The example was the king, a wealthy king, he got intoxicated. Because of his intoxication, he got so much in a hallucination, in an intoxicated state. He just declared, he just passed a resolution that the treasure house should be opened right now, and whoever wants how much our wealth can take. So nobody will hesitate to go and take, because it is official resolution. Nobody says, "Nahi, sir, Raja, aap nashe mein the, you are intoxicated, so we will come to make you come to the senses." Then you, nobody will say that. Now Raja passed the resolution, go and loot it. So Maharaj is saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in the transcendental ecstatic state of prema, Krishna prema, that he is profusely giving this mercy to everyone. Come, take it. Bhaja Gaurango, Kaha Gaurango. So he is giving his mercy, and we sing the glories of Supreme Lord. And those who are followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say, please sing the glories of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those who are followers of Srila Prabhupada say, please sing the glories of Srila Prabhupada. By just glorifying them, just by saying Jai Jaikar, we will be able to, we will be able to gain a very wonderful as well as a very rare opportunity. Because this opportunity is not something that every day, every time everybody is given. This is once in a lifetime opportunity. Je jane Gaurango Bhaje se hoy Amara Pranare. Amara Pranare means they are my life and soul. Worship Lord Gauranga, chant Lord Gauranga, speak about Lord Gauranga only. Those who worships Lord Gauranga is indeed my life and soul, and Lord Gauranga are only my life and soul. So the message, the take-home message or the first reflection is, there are 4 points on the first reflection. The first one is that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's transcendental mercy, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's munificency and magnanimous defines who he is. Because a person's greatness, glorious nature, transcendental nature is defined by how much he is merciful, meaning how much he is able to forgive others and give their mercy. Number 2, that if we are followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and if we are continuing to serve the Parampara Acharyas, we need to show this mercy towards all our, near and dear ones, and make sure that this system continue, so that what Mahaprabhu began, we are able to continue for several hundred years. Srila Prabhupada has set up a target of next 10,000 years. And number 3, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's choice of candidates of fallen souls. The idea of what, our great Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says, that Shiva, Sukha, Narada is not going to achieve them. So this is not something just because you endeavor for it and you get it. This is a process of an absolute transcendental madness. Because somebody is in transcendental madness with Krishna, is able to do that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glorious nature of being merciful defines upon the transcendental madness associated with this process. And that madness, that transcendental prema, Krishna prema, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is going to bestow upon all his followers just by being part of this Sankirtan mission. And last but not least, what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done, no other avatars have done. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has done, Srila Prabhupada is doing. So thanks to Srila Prabhupada for whatever he has done, because he is kind of giving us, handing over us Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy and teaching us that how we are supposed to continue further. Second reflection in this connection is about, in spite of all these things, in spite of all these wonderful things that are happening there, There are some people who are not able to even see this happening. On one side, mercy is flowing. People are, completely getting delivered left, right, center. The king has opened the treasure house and told, come and loot and take as much as you want. Somebody says, no, I will not come. Because king is intoxicated, I will not come and loot. I will come later. So, Vrindavan Das Thakura is saying, in spite of such manifestations, some persons could not recognize him, just as the fish in the ocean cannot see the moon. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj writes a wonderful commentary. The authors of ancient literatures have described the birth of the moon from the ocean. But as the fish who inhabit the ocean do not know the existence of the moon in the ocean, persons who are blinded by ignorance are unable to understand the inconceivable pastimes of Chaitanya Deva, who has incarnated in the material world. Another meaning, the ocean is the residence of the fish. While seeing the moon from there, the realization of the actual form of the moon is obstructed by the reflection of the moon rays falling on the water. Similarly, mortal living entities who are floating in the ocean of material existence cannot see the pastimes of Chaitanya Deva because their eyes are covered by Sri Chaitanya Deva's illusory energy. Srila Prabhupada gives a fantastic example of a frog in the well trying to meet somebody from the ocean. And the comprehension of the frog in the well about the ocean is very funny. He's trying to measure the size of the ocean, the attributes of the ocean, based on his limited understanding. When all the Mayavadis met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Varanasi, Prakashananda Saraswati and his followers, they initially thought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was an absolutely mad guy, crazy guy, completely clueless of what his ashram is all about. But 100 slokas later, they were transformed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu literally made them all Gaudiya Vaishnavas, made them all Vaishnavas, made them all sing for the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. I think I've shared this earlier. Srila Prabhupada has, called some Sri Vaishnava Pujaris for the installation ceremony of Radha Madan Mohan Ji in Hyderabad. This I am talking about 1972, 73, 74 back. So those days ISKCON had very limited Panditas or whatever Pujaris. So for the deity installation, some Sri Vaishnavas had come, and what they had done is they had a 5 days of deity installation ceremony in Hyderabad. So the last day, after the deity installation was done, so Radha Madan Mohan Ji's Aarti was going to go on, and Vishnu Jana Prabhu, who is known as one of the beautiful Kirtaniyas in those days, he sang the Aarti Kirtan. It is explained that the Kirtan went on to such a wonderful tempo and it kept on picking up, and everybody started dancing, so much so that even the Sri Vaishnava Pandits who came to perform the installation ceremony, they also couldn't control themselves. They also started dancing to the Kirtan by, raising the hands and started dancing. So when Srila Prabhupada saw this and said, this is the essence of our movement. This is the essence of this Krishna consciousness. The challenge is, what is this reflection that is talked about here by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj? When our eyes are covered, when there is a layer of cataract covers our eyes, what are they? Number one, the concept of monotheism or Mayavada. Number two, the concept of atheism. Number 3, the concept of someone who thinks his ideology supersedes others. I met a devotee or a kind of a religious person. He said that I have studied Bhaktivedanta Swami's books. Very nice, so wonderful. But there are certain places he has not done a good job. So basically, you give weightage to your material acquisition of knowledge and measure them. Keep that as the benchmark and measure others. So, and number 4, those who are Guru Drohi. Those who are somebody who have offended Guru and the Acharyas. For all of them, underlying one single element is Ahankar. I was giving another class. Ahankar, ego, can be abbreviated as edging God out. Ahankara vimoodatma kartaham iti manyate. On one side, fallen souls are delivered. On one side, miracle is happening. On one side, people like me are giving Caitanya Bhagavata class in spite of all the conditioning, in spite of all the dirtiness in the heart, in spite of all the challenges. Still, Krishna is giving some an opportunity to call me to the dham, to give some mercy, to give us. There is some hope. On one side, this is happening. Oh my God, this is happening. So wonderful. Never heard of, never seen. Na bhuto, na bhavishyati. That's the tagline during Srila Prabhupada's centennial celebration in Loknath Swami Maharaj's coin. Na bhuto, na bhavishyati. Never ever such a thing has happened, and probably never such a thing is going to happen, because it was a very wonderful celebration. 1996, I remember. We had a one whole year of festival of, Srila Prabhupada nights. Anyway, so the point is, on one side, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is performing miracle after miracle after miracle. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled to South India, whomever Mahaprabhu met on the way, all those who came in touch with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whomever Mahaprabhu touched them, they started jumping Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. They all became mad. They all started chanting Krishna's name. When Mahaprabhu was traveling through Jharkhand forest, the beautiful description Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives. The tiger and the deer can never be friends. But they were hugging each other. They were dancing. They were, moving around with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, unseen, unheard of. Probably we will be called, really mad people when we say this. But this has happened. This is history. And it is also history, what is written in verse number 3. In spite of such manifestations, some persons couldn't recognize him. And that is because the reference point is my understanding, my conclusion, my thing. The recent trend in the society is, if I don't understand, if I do not follow, if I cannot comprehend, I will mock at them as if that has not happened. This is considered as intelligence. It is like, if you, this happens quite, regularly in our, surroundings. If two people, collide, meet with a small accident, nobody thinks about who did wrong. The smart guy who starts shouting at the other person, even though he would have been the person at mistaken end, just by shouting loudly, The other person starts to believe that probably he made a mistake. So the nature of the society is such that nobody bothers about who is right or wrong. Everybody is, after how emphatic, how conclusive that my views are, and how many followers I could pick, how many people trending me, how many people are giving likes to me. So the basis of somebody's popularity, understanding, positioning is so weak. So what I was trying to say is that when people, they don't understand, when they cannot comprehend, and if they find it difficult to follow, they simply mock at them. And just by 10 people mocking at them, some innocent souls and ignorant souls and somebody who is really needing help can get carried away by this mockery and think that, okay, maybe, this is true. So it is all the more important for us to remember our first reflection that as much as the materialistic people are shouting and screaming and doing all sorts of propaganda, we have to, come together and say, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam ki jai. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam ki jai. Never mind, we may be minority at this point in time, but history has, established minority devotees win, majority demons fail. So it is not about minority or majority. It's about devotees or demons. Demons may be majority, but they have, lost. Devotees may be in minority, they have always won. So in materialistic context, minority versus majority. But in Krishna conscious context, it is devotion versus, demoniac propensity. So my second reflection is that for us to, rescue ourselves from this whirlwind of understanding a situation, we need to make sure that we do not fall prey to such so-called, materialistic propaganda, materialistic ideologies, or materialistic views. And I'm sorry to say, with all humility, we have problem of this nature even amongst practicing devotee families. Some of the practicing devotees' children, some of the practicing devotees' family members, some of the practicing devotees' near and dear ones, they themselves are not able to appreciate Krishna consciousness because of, because of some carelessness. So if I can, add a rejoinder here, it is a duty of every practicing devotee to make sure Krishna consciousness is presented very well in a manner that we are able to rescue the innocent and ignorant. Leave aside envious and those people, some other special souls will come and give their mercy. But general soldiers as, practicing devotees, if we can just take care of all the innocent and ignorant, that's enough. That is a good, gratitude that we show. So my second reflection is that we are surrounded by such fishes, as is explained here, who cannot recognize and sangha with them, subscribing their views, being, addicted to, such scenarios because of them being popular, that them being famous. Because that is how Kali operates. How does Kali will operate? Kali will procrastinate. Kali will mock. Kali will give us hopes. Kali will give us say that no, those Krishna consciousness, those things are all something to be taken up later. So Kali has his own agenda. So our agenda as a practicing devotees, as a responsible, accountable followers of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we should raise our voice against such people who are, who are not doing justice, who are not trying to, who are coming in the way of such a preaching mission. So we have to. It's actually, this is why this is called an andolan. This is actually a mission. This is just not some sort of a side agenda. This is a main course. So my second reflection is because of ego, because of our own education or some other external accolades, we tend to kind of take these Krishna consciousness transcendence very cheaply. So we'll have to be very careful and stop. That is why I was talking to my students the other day that we have to work towards eliminating this word mythology associated with Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana. This is not mythology, but people have an audacity and whole world. If you go to any library and want to search Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, it's a go and search a mythology section. Will they say that for any scientific experiment? Will they say that for any other thing as a dream? Manwar kahani aisa bolenge? They will not say that. Anyway, that's my second reflection. The third reflection and the last one is about this whole Sankirtan mission, or the whole mood of our Sankirtan mission is what is explained in the verse number 5 and 6. In Chaitanya Bhagavat elsewhere, Vrindavan Das Thakura is saying, what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Bhakti Yoga Dana, Bhakti Krishna Nama Smarana Krandana. Bhakti Yoga means, three times he's saying, Vrindavan Das Thakura. He says to only two things, Krishna Nama Smarana and Krandana. So what is, His Holiness Satsuru Maharaj, he's writing in his Japa Reform Diary. I'm not sure if you all have seen that book. It's a fantastic book. One of my earlier favorites. I used to, read them. So in that he is writing, crying is an integral part of our Krishna consciousness, sentiments. And he's saying, in that book he's saying, a practicing devotee should cry as a child crying for the mother. And Jayapataka Maharaj has given a class only on this. If I get the recording, I will share it with you all. Jayapataka Maharaj says, every practicing devotee should cry to Krishna. And he says, if somebody is not able to cry to Krishna, he should cry to Krishna so that we can cry to Krishna for his mercy. If you are not able to cry to Krishna for crying, so that we can get his mercy, we cry to Krishna to cry so that we can cry to Krishna for mercy. So he was going on and on like 5-6 iterations. The message is that Bhakti Yoga has got two components. Krishna Nama Smarana, Krandana. And this crying is layered. Number one, crying is because of our material sufferings. Number two, crying is because of our realization that I didn't even realize I was in material suffering. Number three, crying is because of our happiness that I have got into Krishna consciousness. Crying is different. Then further up, crying is because of our coming closer to Krishna and relishing the transcendental ecstasy. And further up, crying is because by looking at all the suffering souls, you cry. So crying has got different layers, but here Jagai and Madai's reference is given that as soon as Jagai and Madai got transformed, as soon as Jagai and Madai became devotees, as soon as Jagai and Madai got excellent blessings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, they started chanting 200,000 names every day. Haridas Thakur would chant 300,000 names, and Jagai and Madai also chanted 200,000 names. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj writes, Sri Chaitanya Deva does not accept anything offered by those who do not daily chant 100,000 names. Oh my God. The followers of the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya must daily chant a minimum of 100,000 names. Otherwise, Lord Krishna will not accept their offerings and they will face obstacles in obtaining the Lord's remanence. Oh my God. Oh my God. What a statement they have made. So, which means all of us cannot even make a offering. Prabhupada is giving a fantastic explanation to this. So, I will just read something from Nectar of Instruction, verse number 5. In the same context, in this context, I will just read what Srila Prabhupada has written. So, can somebody mute them, please?
I'm muting Prabhuji.
Okay. Thank you. So, Srila Prabhupada is, written something very interesting. This is from Nectar of Instruction, Shloka number 5. The Krishna consciousness movement prescribes 16 rounds daily because people in the Western countries cannot concentrate for long periods while chanting on beads. Therefore, the minimum number of rounds is prescribed. However, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura used to say that unless one chants at least 64 rounds of japa, which is 100,000 names, he is considered fallen, patita. According to his calculation, practically every one of us is fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all seriousness and without duplicity, we can expect the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is famous as Patita Pavana, the deliverer of the fallen. So my third reflection is 3 points. Number 1, Krandana, crying, and you can choose why you cry. We discussed about 5 different, stages. But at least as a practicing devotee, we can cry with repentance, saying that I was wasting my time and I should not waste my time. So repentance mixed with gratitude, that cry is allowed. Or that is something that we all can practice. Repenting because I wasted my time and I did something useless. And grateful because still I'm given chance. Still I am considered to be a servant in the Sankirtan mission. Still I am given a seat to speak Bhagavatam class, knowing that in spite of whatever I have done, I should be, hanged until death. But I am given an opportunity to speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, speak about Srimad Bhagavatam, for which we should cry. And number 2 aspect of this third reflection is that what is mentioned as what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj statements, for which I have just read it from Chaitanya Bhagavata. Nectar of Instruction. So the message is, if you carefully have heard, according to his calculation, practically every one of us is fallen. But because we are trying to serve the Supreme Lord with all seriousness and without duplicity. So what is expected of us, all of us chanting 16 rounds? Technically, we are supposed to chant 64 rounds, according to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj. Otherwise, our offerings, our, nothing will be accepted by Krishna. Now that Prabhupada has made a leeway by making us chant 16 rounds. But what is the rider? Rider is with all seriousness and without duplicity. If less seriousness and duplicity, then anyway we are patita. So our goal, the crying agenda, should have this sensitiveness to say that I am serious. In one of the Bhakti Sangha monthly newsletter interview, I was questioned by one devotee and who was interviewing me, that Prabhuji, how come you are, so whatever she was trying to glorify you are able to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. So I was telling that whether I fixed or not, I know, but I cannot take credit for my success in Krishna consciousness, or whatever you may think that my chanting is good or my this is good or that is good. Nothing is good. But one thing I can take credit, or we all should all meditate on that, is that we have not given up our fight with our senses and Maya and Kali, and want to still practice Krishna consciousness. So what is Krishna recognizing? Why Krishna is giving this opportunity to speak? Why Krishna is consistently reconsidering, chalo, abhi let me not punish him, give him one more chance, give him one more chance, give him one more chance, give him one more chance. Look at how many chances we have got. Why is doing that? Because somewhere we are fighting. We are fighting with our senses. We are losing to the senses, but we are fighting. So I was just telling that if I want to take some credit, little bit of credit, with the blessings of all the seniors, I have not given up on my fight. Even though I'm losing all the fight. Generally, when we lose the fight 3 or 4 times, we give up. No, meri bas ka nahi. But here, Acharyas are motivated so much, they're continuously fighting. And Krishna is seeing that. So this guy is fighting. So he can be given some chance. Because he is fighting. Chalo, let me help him. So he's coming and extending his mercy. Okay, fine. I will Sat Kun Maaf. All the mistakes you have done so far, you are forgiven. One more chance to you. One more chance to you. So my request is that in your crying sessions, as Gaur Govind Maharaj says, we should be all enrolling in a crying school. In our crying sessions, we definitely need to have the sense that Krishna, please help me so that I continue to fight and show that I want Krishna. I know I have other aspirations, but because I will repeatedly say I want Krishna, and if I say this without duplicity, and I have some seriousness in this fight, I may be losing because of my conditioning, but I'm sure I may be provided with all the support. And the third aspect of this is that as we repent, as soon as we extend our repentance, our feeling of destituteness, or feeling of what do you call helplessness. When I am feeling myself helpless and I feel that I need some protection, I need some help, and I also have courage to go and confess. I used to always tell this to my students. By confessing to the right person, your problem gets divided. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in Bhaktya Loka, watch out to whom you share your heart. You need to make sure that your associations and your heart-to-heart sharing is done only with somebody who is qualified, who can help you. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in the essay of Bhaktya Loka, I think the essay number 2, 3, 4 on the 6 unfavorable qualities. So when we confess, when we open up to the right person, they help. But if you do to the wrong person, they take undue advantage of it. So my third point is that whilst you are crying, whilst you are fighting and with all gratitude and crying, please also make sure that there is an associated agenda of confessing, so that we are able to, in case of Jagai and Madhya, they were so fortunate that Nityananda Prabhu don't nikale. One devotee was very jokingly saying, I think it was Gauranga Prabhu. Gauranga Prabhu was saying this. Better let us all buckle up and chant nicely. Don't, when you hear about Jagai and Madhya pastime, don't think that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will come and do that, as he did to Jagai and Madhya to us. For that, we need to be Jagai and Madhya, which is very difficult. To be an actual demon or demoniac for the Lord to directly handle us deemed to be demon of that stature, which is also going to be costly. Gauranga Prabhu was jokingly saying, to do notorious activity is very expensive and risky. But on the other side, to be a very merciful person, I mean, to be a very practicing devotee, to be easily getting the mercy, everything is free. Holy name is free, prasadam is free, association is free. You don't need to do anything against the law. You just need to be in the sangha, and everything is going to come your way. So the message conclusion is that somewhere or the other, let's learn to open up to those devotees who can lift us up. So on this day when Srila Prabhupada has visited USA, I guess we all should meditate and just imagine those days, 60 years before, 55 years before, when Srila Prabhupada was struggling, desiring, in the room of Sumati Morarji, Srila Prabhupada cried, Srila Prabhupada literally pleaded. She kept on denying. And that was the last hope. And Srila Prabhupada was about to leave the room. Then he turned back and said that you told that you are like my daughter. This is my last chance to fulfill the orders of my spiritual master. So please can you help me? And can you imagine, after he went to US, for 1 year, Srila Prabhupada did not have a very good breakthrough in whatever he was trying to do. So it seems he had tried to come back to India. He contacted Sumati Morarji's company and said, please take me back. There's nothing happening here. She said, I told you not to go. Now that you have gone there, I will not take you back. Try hard. Or whatever that, I don't have the exact, transcription of that. But at least she was trying to push Prabhupada to try staying there and just see if you are now here sitting and discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. Thank you so much. And I guess every page, every shloka, every context of Chaitanya Bhagavat is glorious. And today we had 6 verses which had so much of nectar, and there is much more we can share. I will stop here and take up any questions, comments, or reflections. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Very, very wonderful class, Prabhu. So, lastly, you said about Guru Maharaj saying about the crying. So, if you don't get crying, means like if we don't feel to cry, but at least we have to pray that I want to cry. So, that was really very wonderful, Prabhu. So, thank you so much with all your reflections. And means like according to the verses, you gave all your reflections with all your examples from the scriptures. So it was very helpful for us. And only one thing, Prabhu, so you were saying about chanting, right? So we have to, yeah, that's really very scary that where you read about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur saying, one who chants 64 rounds can get the mercy of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but still, this, and then you added up that 16 rounds, but attentively if we do, then we can get that mercy of Prabhupada. So, but that 16 rounds itself seems to be a struggle, and you said that we have to do it, but that is not happening. And this drags even to hearing to lectures also, sometimes attentive, sometimes not attentive. So how to overcome this problem? Why this is happening actually? It is because of the anarthas which is filled up in the mind, or why it is happening?
As I mentioned, when Krishna, when Gurudev, when Vaishnavas see that you are still enrolled in the college, still going to the class, still attending the examinations, maybe you are failing in some paper, they are still hopeful that you will pass the engineering or pass your course. The day you say that I'm discontinuing from the college, I will not go to college anymore, I'm not able to study well, that's when the scary part starts. So the whole agenda here is that somehow or the other, we are fighting. Please continue that fight. So to answer you how to develop that, so what Srila Prabhupada is writing is 16 rounds seriousness without duplicity. Those are the mantra. 16 rounds, seriousness without duplicity. And I'm sure even in that we will have a problem. But since we are trying and the other person is merciful, equation, byte jata hai. It is happening. Now the answer why this is happening? This is happening because of multiple reasons. Number one, because we are still associating with because passive smoking is more dangerous than active smoking. So if we are associating with worldly minded people much more than we are associating with devotees, we have a risk. Number two, what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj writing, reflections. Reflections are because of our knowledge, our power, money, power, position, and sometimes over familiarity. So we don't get to see the reality. I was in Radhakund Dham here, and it was very important for me to meditate on, and you very clearly see what I was in Mumbai, what happens when it comes to Dham, and how Dham is ripping a layer by layer apart from all our personal conditioning. 3 days before I was a rascal, 3 days in Dham, is so wonderful. And once again, I'm going back to Mumbai. I'm not sure what I'm going to become. Of course, I have 5 more days of going to be from Delhi. I'm going to Madurai, so I'll be in Madurai for 5 days. It's again a holy place. So Krishna is somehow trying to do an extended treatment on me. So the reason why is either because of wrong association or still holding on to our old ideologies. So it is very difficult to give that up. Holding on to my thinking, my way. Even now, when we read Prabhupada's books, like lectures, literatures, everything, we somewhere go back and connect and say that, aisa nahi tha, mummy ne aisa nahi bola, that's not what I heard of. So we still have the layer of, so no, Prabhupada said, and that's it. So that is not the conviction that we have got it. So I guess let's make sure that we don't, give up the school. We stay in the school, stay put in the school, attend the school, regularly go to the school. Maybe we'll do 2-3 more iterations than others, but I guess we will make it. That's the way forward. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Shomji. That was really helpful. Kirtida Sundari Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you for the very nice class as usual. Again, actually, you answered because my question was also in the same way that, people, they say that if you don't chant 64 rounds, then you will not get Mahaprabhu's mercy. And Mahaprabhu will not eat at your home if you are not chanting 64 rounds. And on the other hand, from Nectar of Instruction, we see that how chanting should be Anudinam and Adarat. It has to be done every day with all the giving all honors. So how to understand? Because devotees, they take these wordings of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur as literally, means it has to be taken literally or figuratively, like how we have to understand Prabhu.
So I'll explain you how I have understood, and maybe other scholars and other senior devotees in the group can add if they can. Srila Prabhupada, as I said, Srila Prabhupada, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva, these are all the personalities. They have demonstrated that they have an extraordinary coupons with them. Using that coupons, because this coupons of mercy that they have issued it to their followers and their servants and their students. It's a very interesting and important one, because what Srila Prabhupada has said in certain statements, they are very profound statements, and sometimes if you do not know who Srila Prabhupada is, sometimes you may see them from the view of an arrogance. Srila Prabhupada said, you catch hold my dhoti, I will take a shortcut route and take you to Krishna. Who can say this? So Srila Prabhupada said that I have a formula by which you will be completely free from all the sufferings. Srila Prabhupada said to one devotee that I will ensure you will get a permanent place in Goloka Vrindavan Dham. So one, we can see this as a author's confidence and speaking something. But now, after math, when Prabhupada's departure, when we see his lifestyle, when we study about him, we see so many things that is happening. When I was in Vrindavan, the entire Vrindavan is vibrant. Apart from Vrindavan's glory, the people are vibrant, the habitats are happening, and so many activities are happening is because of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. You go to Radhakund, to Govardhan, to Barsana, to this place, Lori Bazaar, everywhere. Today, so many people are celebrating, so many people are doing so many things, but that is because of one person. His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So my understanding is, it is not Srila Prabhupada who is trying to override on what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj has said or what Caitanya Mahaprabhu had said. It is that Srila Prabhupada is issuing an additional coupon, saying that take this coupon also. Because you are sincere, because you are accepting to do something without duplicity, now at least minimum 16 rounds you do. Srila Prabhupada never said that you stop there. Srila Prabhupada never said that's an ultimatum. Srila Prabhupada always said that is sustained here on this. You come to the stage of natural, emotional, exhibition of love towards this process, that you yourself will not stop. The verse number 8 of Nectar of Instruction, which is talking about migration from Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti to Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti. The Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti kicks in when a Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakta associates with the Ragatmika Bhaktas. And Ragatmika Bhaktas are those who have associated with Vrindavan Vasis, Dham Vasis. So at some point in time, we will have to get to the stage of bhajana that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj asked for. Srila Prabhupada is just encouraging us and giving us some leeway, coupons, because he knew otherwise we will wither away, we will give up. So he is just trying to bridge that gap and taking the onus on him. This is how I have understood. So if you catch hold of Srila Prabhupada's dhoti and follow after him, probably with that coupon, okay, 16 notes, go in. And then eventually Srila Prabhupada will transform us to a stage that we will also chant 64 rounds and much more than that, as it is expected of. And that is how our Krishna consciousness lifestyle is going to be. And this chanting is not just chanting. It is also about performing Sankirtana, Bhajana, Bhagavatam, recitation, preaching. So Kirtaniya Sadahari. Kirtaniya Sadahari were not in terms of just Japamala. Kirtaniya Sadahari is you speak about Krishna, you glorify about Krishna, you win more souls for Krishna, you distribute more books to Krishna. So they are all taken into our accounts and our tally is set there. Am I making some sense here?
Of course, Prabhu, always. Thank you so much. Thank you for explaining it so wonderfully. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother. So much for that question. Thank you, Prabhuji, for that very nice reply. So saying about giving tokens. So yes, of course, if you keep on chanting very attentively, then Prabhupada is there for us. Yes, Priti Vilasini Mataji, do you have anything to say?
Yes, I just wanted to thank Prabhu because I know what difficulty was going in the temple. He didn't have proper internet connection, and we were supposed to cancel the class today. But then Prabhu was so kind and so flexible that he decided he will give the class anyhow in some way or the other. And now we see him in a devotee's house fulfilling our desire to hear from him. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much for taking so much extra efforts and being there for Bhakti Sangha all the time. And the class was very nice, very, very insightful. Thank you.
Called Joker card devotee, Mataji. You have to fit in where no other cards can fit in.
Oh, don't say that, Prabhu. Please, 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 please don't say that. Don't say that, Prabhu. No way. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't say that.
No, I am very happy too, because as I always long for these sessions, because it helps me personally. And interestingly, I had Preeti, my Mataji, who used to be my student, and now she's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Dev Damodar Maharaj. And after marriage, I didn't meet them, so they were inviting me. So now there are some group of 5-6 devotees sitting and hearing class outside. So Krishna takes care of some things. Yeah.
Hari. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for taking that endeavor and coming at. Yeah, as you said, it's Krishna's arrangement only that you have to give the class for us and to the devotees there as well. Thank you, Prabhuji, once again for all your endeavors, and thank you for the wonderful class also, and wonderful reflections with nice question and answer session also. So that was really very insightful. Thank you, Prabhuji, and happy journey to Madurai, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna. So I think there are no more hand raise, but the devotees are praising the class is so wonderful, and many takeaways are there. Thank you so much. So,
And Prabhuji, hope you prayed for all of us in Sri Vrindavan.
Yes, I did.
Thank you.
And I did this exclusive. Actually, when I went to Radha Damodar temple in Prabhupada's room. I made sure I sat there. I remembered everyone, and I just said that all these devotees are so kind to me. So Srila Prabhupada, please bestow your blessings upon them. And one of them is the entire Bhakti Sangha group, especially that means.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Keep praying for us, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So with your permission, we can end the call here, Prabhuji. I don't see anyone hand raise or questions in the chat box also. So let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji, dear devotees. Vancha kalpatrupasya kripa sindhu pevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ramgiridhari Prabhuji ki
jai. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Please keep us in your
Thank you,
prayer.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.